Hi, everyone. Welcome to our latest installment of Pitch Perfect. Really excited to have you all on the session today. We've got a fantastic group of companies. So to kick things off today, my name's Trieste, head of the campaign strategy team here at FrontFundr. For the presentation today, just something to keep in mind that the presentation may contain forward-looking information. There can be no assurance that forward-looking information will prove to be accurate, as actual results and future events could differ materially from those anticipated in such statements. Accordingly, viewers should not place undue reliance on forward-looking information. And now we're going to turn things over to Diggs from the Sweet Potato. The Sweet Potato is so much more than your average grocery store. They are a local gem in the community and are Toronto's best natural food market. So Diggs, take it away.
Great. Okay. Thanks again, Trieste. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm Diggs, the founder and CEO of the Sweet Potato. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, the Sweet Potato is Toronto's leading independent organic and local food supermarket. Our sales of organic foods are the second highest in the city in a single location, and that includes all chain stores. So you might be asking, well, how does one small independent store do this? Why do we have such spectacular sales? Well, 84% of customers in Canada say they prefer to eat locally grown food over imported food. And organic food is one of the fastest growing sectors in Canada, with national sales topping $6.5 billion in 2021. Yet despite that, in big box stores, foods which are both local and organic make up less than 3% of the total offering. So that's where we come in. Our local and organic produce department is second to none, and I would happily go head to head with any of our competitors to prove that. We source directly from over 35 organic local farms to bring customers the very freshest fruits and veggies, dairy, meat, cheese, prepared foods, a dazzling array of diet-sensitive, gluten-free, vegan, plant-based options. We also want to ensure that eating healthy is accessible to everyone. So we work really hard to keep our prices low, like really, really low. We also offer transparency on our signs that's beyond what anyone else is doing, meaning that when you buy from us, you really do know exactly where your food is coming from. So local and organic foods, amazing quality, amazing prices, foods catering to an array of dietary needs, and total transparency. This is the future of food. Most customers tell us that the icing on the cake is our exceptional customer service and the incredibly fun shopping experience we provide. We do this in a few ways. First, we have a killer retro future brand full of fun wordplay, kitschy signage. Every sign in our store makes for a welcoming and engaging experience, but we also provide little extra touches like free fruit for kids and a robust demo program that make it hard not to have a really good time when you're here. And maybe most importantly, we treat our staff and our customers with warmth and respect because that's at the core of who we are. We believe in what we do. Eating organic food is better for you and much better for the planet. And in the age of climate change, these things matter. But okay, so why should you invest in us? There are three main reasons that I'm going to discuss. First, our numbers really are amazing. If you take a look at the screen quickly, you can see we've had 12 consecutive years of growth, some particularly dramatic growth over the past 5 years, as you can see on our chart here. We do about 1,800 per square foot of space, which is about double the industry average. Next, there's lots of room in our niche to grow in Ontario. Unlike in the US, who are a few years ahead of Canada with their health food grocers, there's no national chain here and only a few small regional players. And since, as I've said, I think, frankly, we are the very best at what we do, as evidenced by our numbers, our business practices, our amazing brand, we're going to capture a lot of that growth. Our plan is to open 3 to 4 more locations over the next 5 years, and each location will help us achieve a new era of profitability through economies of scale and operational efficiencies. And last, though grocery stores, even a great one like ours, may not be as exciting as tech investments or some new really cool app, groceries, and in particular premium groceries, are a recession-proof industry and a very safe investment because people have to eat. There's 40 years of data which says that in economic downturns, people go out to eat less, but instead spend a bit more at the grocery store. So if you're looking for a way to diversify your portfolio with a safe investment that's guaranteed to be profitable, we are it. We'll provide solid above market returns in 3 to 4 years max. That's it for me. Thanks so much for your time. Don't hesitate to reach out if you want to chat or have any questions. Oh, and for what it's worth, you should definitely invest in Nona Vegan as well. They're a great product. We've been stocking it since the very beginning, and we sell a ton of it. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Great presentation there, Diggs. It's amazing to see how long you guys have been operating in the community, which is fantastic. Seems like you guys were way ahead of the curve in terms of kind of starting that push towards local organic food. So that's fantastic to see. We'd like to open it up now to the Q&A for any questions that investors may have. I know we've had one come through already from Douglas. So Diggs, it may actually make sense to bring back up the presentation for this question. So
Okay.
Douglas is asking, in your comparison chart, where does the big carrot fit in, as they have been in this space for over 40 years? So are you
Okay.
familiar with the big carrot, and can you touch
I
on
am
that?
certainly familiar with the big carrot. Sorry, I'm trying to get my presentation chart back up here, but I'm not as tech savvy as I would like to be. Let's see here. Okay, there we
No
go.
worries.
So the big carrot actually do higher overall sales than we do, but they do a much higher percentage of their sales from things like health and beauty and vitamins, which actually make up a very small percentage of our sales. We're not super big on things like shampoo or supplements. So we actually do sell more food than the big carrot does.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks for that response there, Diggs. We've
No
got
problem.
a couple questions come through kind of pertaining to a little bit more of the funding goal on the campaign page. So
Sure.
I'll just preface this by saying there's no closing minimum on the sweet potato campaign, which means that they can close on any funds raised throughout the campaign to grow the business. But we had a question from Justin, just if the sweet potato doesn't reach their funding goal of the full 2 million you have on the campaign page, what alternatives does the company have in place to secure those additional funds, with an emphasis on how any shortfalls may impact current expansion plans?
Yeah, for sure. So that's a great question. So we actually do have a couple of equity partners considering joining on at sort of a larger scale right now. And we are poised to get debt if we need it. We'd prefer not to go that route if we don't have to. But we are poised to get substantial debt if and when that's a bridge we have to cross. In terms of how the funds are going to be spent, we're trying to raise 2 million, and that would be, most of that goes towards completion of the second store, which we have on the go right now. It's set to open in March of this year. The last little bit goes towards securing a deposit of location 3, which we aren't releasing to the public right now where we're looking at, but we do have a very strong location as a third location.
Fantastic. No, appreciate the answer there. We had another question just come through. You know, if you're unable to raise all the funds that you're looking for, again, looking at that 2 million number, they're asking kind of, would you close the round, revalue the round, or will you continue kind of raising for a second and third campaign? I know we see quite a few companies on FrontFundr, you know, do a second or third 90-day campaign until you get the funds that you will need, and what would the impact be? So kind of similar to the last question as well there.
Yeah, so in full transparency, we don't actually need the full amount in order to open our second location. It's really about projecting ourselves forward. So we do really want to open that third location by the end of 2025. And if we don't complete our funding round this round, we will still be able to open store number 2. So we're unlikely to go for a repeat round, but we haven't made any hard, firm decisions there, and we're still sort of keeping our options open. But if we don't raise the full amount of our funding round now, we're still in a fine position to open our second store and to move forward. So that's probably what we'd be focusing on.
Fantastic. Great response there, Diggs. And for those who are interested in investing in this round, there are 6 days left. And in the event that, you know, they don't go on to a second 90-day campaign, it's now is the time to consider the investment opportunity for sure. So thanks for that, Diggs. We had another question come through from Randy. What is the sweet potato doing for growth and to increase sales?
I'm not totally sure I understand the question about what we're doing for growth.
I think more what initiatives that you have underway to help kind of grow the business.
Oh, okay. So we've got several strong initiatives that we're doing right now this year to grow. We've got a bunch of very exciting marketing plans in 2023. We've got a campaign where we're working with local realtors to provide customers in our neighborhood incentive to come shop at our store, because actually we're sort of grassroots, and a lot of people in our neighborhood, even though our sales are so high, still don't really know what we are. We haven't really engaged in a lot of sort of traditional advertising initiatives in the past. And one of the reasons is that we sort of come from this humble grassroots place, and we're not really great at like trumpeting our own successes. We've got, I said in this pitch that we have the best organic produce department in Ontario, and I do feel strong about that, but that's not something we've ever really said to the public before. So our strongest initiative this year is really to sort of get over our own selves and start trumpeting our successes a bit more widely.
Fantastic. No, really appreciate that there, Diggs. One final question, if we're able to get to this one quickly, is just
Sure.
what is your profit margins?
Okay, so our current profit margins at the end of the day, we take like a 35% gross margin. At the end of the day, that translates after costs to somewhere around 5%. We're very hopeful that with a second store and with some increased efficiencies, we'll eventually get up to 7% in the next couple of years. One of the reasons our margins are a little bit low with a single store is that we kind of punch a little bit above our weight. And by that, I mean, we're very well known in the city. We have a terrific reputation. We have amazing flyers, like industry-leading social media, but that costs a lot of money. And so the efficiencies gained just through incremental growth are really substantial. There's probably almost $1 million a year of efficiencies that we get just from having a second location. Don't have to duplicate the flyer, don't need a second Facebook account, those types of things. So yeah, that's about it for our profit margins.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Diggs. For any other questions for the Sweet Potato, I encourage you guys to visit their campaign page and reach out to Diggs directly through there. Diggs, thank you very much for the great presentation and
So much,
great Q&A session. Now to wrap things up for today, just wanted to give everyone a quick high-level overview on FrontFundr in case you're new to learning about FrontFundr. So we're Canada's leading equity crowdfunding platform, making it easy for all Canadians to invest in Canada's most exciting startups, just like the 5 that you had the chance to view today, from as little as $250. We've now done over 100 raises, raising over 120 million for companies with 15 investments across the platform and 34,000 investors. So more importantly, if you're ready to get started, visit frontfundr.com to learn about making your investment. You can also reach out to our team at support@frontfundr.com with any questions. We also have a chat bot on the website that is available to support you with anything that you need. But really want to say thank you to everyone who joined the session today. Thank you to our 5 panelists for giving such fantastic presentations and doing a wonderful job answering the Q&A. And thank you to all of those who joined in as attendees. You asked great questions throughout the session today. And for any follow-up questions that you have, or for any that we weren't able to get through today, I encourage you guys to visit the campaign pages themselves and to reach out to the companies directly. So with that, thank you very much, everyone, and wish you a great rest of your day.